Right. Hello. Welcome back to another walkthrough of War Ragnarök Valhalla. If you have not seen the previous videos with this, recommend you watch them before watching this one. Link below will be the game campaign God of War Ragnarok, the rebooted first game God of War, the God of War 3 remastered, and hopefully the other OG God of War games I hope to one day play and post onto YouTube. Anyway, if possible. Link below will be similar games to the God of War story action sequence. Link below as well would be like maybe similar fantasy kind of game to the God of War story, and obviously anything else. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.
For more story.
Go ahead.
So, the bully with a grudge. He comes to the inn in the dead of night, chucks a bottle of fire through the window, sets the whole place ablaze. The coward thought I was inside in bed, but luckily I was just getting home. I saw the flames shoot up and surround where my father was sleeping. Well, this wasn't going to be the day I started hesitating. I charged into the fire and dragged him out. Not unscathed exactly, either of us, but alive. And if I was too angry and fearless for my own good before, now, well, I charged right into that bastard's lair, me against his whole gang. Honestly, I had no business coming out of that alive. As it turned out, I came out of there with a job. But we'll get to that next time.
A chance to bargain with Valhalla itself.
Your attempts are improving. You're making your way deeper into Valhalla. Keep at it.
Sigrun, how fare you and your sisters?
With just the three of us to attend to the fallen now, we're short-handed. But we've begun recruiting new shield maidens.
Well, I happen to know of one lass who'd jump at the chance to join your ranks.
You mean Thrud? Sif and Thor's daughter? Believe me, I know. She sought us out before the call even left our lips.
She fights well and can be trusted.
A recommendation from you, General. With that, how could we ignore her? Not that she'd let us.
keep going back in, I take it this process is working for you somehow.
Yes. Succeed or fail, I feel progress. Clarity. I need to see it through.
Very good, brother.
An infamous act. One they still spoke of in the years of rebuilding. I somehow doubted they meant it so literally.
I'll give you this, brother. Your technique has improved immeasurably.
I needed his power to secure my vengeance against the gods. I believed I had no choice.
No choice? You could have not ripped my head off my body. That was absolutely an option.
And he's back.
But that wasn't the worst of it, was it, Kratos? Killing me deprived Greece of the sun. They were plunged into perpetual cold and darkness. Crops ceased to grow. Famine descended on our homeland. Not that you cared.
Enough.
He is bitter, isn't he?
No one likes Helios. No one likes him.
Kratos, I'm curious. Your decision to behead Helios, was it fueled by any personal motivations? Or was it really just a means to an end?
It was not personal. I did know him, long before I killed him. He was as insufferable as any god. But his death brought me no satisfaction.
Did you know what would happen as a result?
When Helios was captured by the god of dreams, the lands fell into darkness and were not restored until his return. I knew exactly what would happen.
Yeah, quick summary for those that have not played Chains of Olympus yet. The whole story is that during his 10-year service, Helios, one time Helios' son gets fallen to Earth. No idea what happens. You find out that Morpheus, the god of dreams, or god of darkness, takes over. You go to the underworld. Persephone and Atlas working together. You free him. You trap Atlas, kill Persephone, restore Helios back up to the world. And then obviously, you know, span of 10 years later, 11, 12 years later, kills him, takes the head off, no more son, and Morpheus returns to destroy the world.
Which burden is worth the reward, do you think? Hard not to take Valhalla up on some help, even if it's just for this attempt.
Kratos, I hope you'll forgive me for overhearing. But before you first found your way to me, you were grappling with the symbolism of your former seat of power. May I offer a perspective?
You may.
Before I became God of War, I felt as hesitant I feared that taking the throne would only validate Odin's power hierarchy, which even then I didn't trust. But I decided I could wield a better influence on the inside than on the outside. There are many ways to lead, but not all of them involve ruling. The throne and the office are only what you bring to them.
I believe your target's on the battlefield there. Watch your right! Left side, brother! Left flank! Got him! Count it, Valhalla! Now then, the path should be unlocked. Let's make our way up.
What the? Modi?
Oh, I can't watch! Enemy country! Getting the trip! Still on places up! Plucking a son of Thor out of your memory, of all things.
Guess you're not done with me yet, Kratos. And lest we forget, Kratos, lest we neglect to place your deed in full and proper context, I saved your life. Me! And you literally tore off my head for my troubles. Imagine if all your new friends knew how you used to treat your old friends. Of course, you're not the same man, right? Now, you only get your friends killed through lack of foresight. Far easier to blame others that way, am I right?
I know you are a projection of the mind, but for what it is worth, the death I gave you wasn't just.
Oh, how touching. Yeah, not actually worth the spittle. Do not do that again. Nobody wants to hear that from you. A little something to remember me by. I truly hope it brings you unrelenting torment. Chills you just a little when they do that, doesn't it? Feels like judgment.
Helios' shield. And chronologically speaking, Helios' shield becomes the first shield you use when blocking attacks. When you look at it chronologically, in God of War Ascension and God of War 1, you don't have a shield or a fleece, you just use your blades to pretty much block everything. And then half of God of War 2, you block as usual, and then comes the golden fleece where you use it to basically do all the blocking. And then obviously again, Chains of Olympus, you use Helios' shield to do the blocking. God of War 3 Remaster, you're still using the fleece. In Ghosts of Sparta, I don't remember what he used the shield, unless it's the Spartan shield and the spear that counts as the shield. And it counts either way because, you know, it's another weapon you get, so it counts. And then obviously, you know, after all that comes in this game where you get to use an actual shield to do your blocking instead of using the axe and your blades again to do the blocking, shielding stuff. I'm gonna do some more challenges before we actually move on. Because one thing I know about this one is that you gotta do a lot of challenges and go back and forth to do some interactions with the shield maidens.
Battle is unpredictable, as is life.
Fresh rewards with a side of new opportunities.
Let's see how you've done.
Shield Maiden.
Good. Once again, you rise to the occasion.
I know it's above board, but I like to think of this part as bribing the local authorities.
You made it even further that time. Take pride in your progress.
Sigrun, inside we encountered a son of Thor.
It wouldn't really be him in there, I can assure you. You have a memory of a past fight, and I'm sure Valhalla takes advantage.
But why him?
I don't think that's for me to say.
Well, something for us to ponder in between melees. The key again. More to the story?
Yes, when there is time. Tyr, earlier you spoke to me as though I seek to lead, as if I were someone to be followed.
Your self-criticisms, valid and otherwise, seem well reflected here in Valhalla. It's no accident that your mind manifested that throne. It's more than a symbol. It's a challenge to revisit your assumptions. Mimir is right. You have the power, and I think the wisdom, to redefine what it means to you. To assert that power is to prove to yourself that the chair doesn't change you, doesn't make you a new person. Not if you know who you are and why you serve.
What are you going to say? More enemies lurking in the mist, I presume. Brother! The wee bastard's about to explode! Shield strike, now!
And Sigrun, I am still waiting for the part where you spoke.
In my defense, I only told her the truth as it struck me in the moment. I told her my feelings for her were deep as Rand's Hall and had been for as long as I'd known her. But just then a kind of revelation came over me. The sudden cold clarity that it was vanity to imagine that I, as I am, could be enough for her as she is. So I heard myself tell her that I didn't think I could give her what she needed.
Now, I am mad at you.
Pile on, brother. I deserve it.
Oh, Mimir. You don't think she knows that? You're just ahead. Of course you're not gonna be able to give her what any woman wants. All she just wants is for you to be there by her side, literally how you are with Kratos. That's all she wants for you to be. To be there for her as a head, nothing else. Ugh.
So, you told Sigrun you could not give her what she needed. You spoke out of cowardice.
Obviously. But as prospects for terror go, can you imagine knowing all along you're not enough for someone, and then living out their slow realization of that truth? I admit it chilled me to the bone.
You presume to know how she will feel in the future. Why discredit her wishes and yours in the present?
I just can't pretend not to know better. She's romanticized the idea of us. Certainly I've done the same. But is that anything to build a future on? I mean, look at me, brother. Be practical.
If anyone else disparaged you as you disparaged yourself, I would wish to strike them with an axe.
Oh, Mimir. Again, she obviously knows that because you're ahead, things are not going to be a traditional, normal relationship. She obviously knows that, but she doesn't care. She doesn't care that, you know, you won't be able to give her children. She knows that you're not going to be able to, you know, caress her or do anything like that. She doesn't care about that. All she wants is for you to be by her side. That is all she wants. She just wants you there. She loves you too much to lose you again. It doesn't matter if you're just ahead. She still loves you. And you say that. I'm like, of course she knows that, but she doesn't care about that. She just wants you to be there by her side. And obviously, maybe Mimir also understands that. And while to Sigrun, it's obviously enough for her, but for Mimir, you know, it's not enough for him because he wants to provide more, which is understandable. I understand that. But at the same time, you know, he understands he can't, so why bother acknowledging it and just moving on and just being happy? But nah, you just have to open his mouth to talk about it. Mimir. At least Kratos is being a good wingman for him, honestly. That's nice to see.
Watch out! Come Frosted, brother! Stay alert! There's the one Valhalla singled out for you. Interrupted! I knew you'd get that one. Good. The route to the higher area ought to be open now. Enough with the fire! Ah, the burden is lifted. Let's make it worthwhile. Kratos, about this boat captain. If you needed his key to save others, why does it seem to bother you so? Your actions in this case seem justified.
The captain was swallowed by the Hydra before I was able to kill it. When I entered its maw to retrieve the key, the captain had somehow survived, dangling over a fall that would surely kill him. I saw the terror in his eyes as he fought to hold on, and then relief when he believed I would save him. Instead, and it was all for nothing. The women were dead by the time I reached them.
You know, hearing from Kratos's point of view about the captain, I guess I never bothered to see it that way, because for me, for years, I've never would believe that the captain's death would have bothered him that much. But you know, that's obviously, you know, Kratos back then. The Kratos now would understand, you know, what he did was wrong, and I can actually see that now. So, but you know, that was for me as an OG fan. So.
I'm back to brighten your day.
Nope.
The pursuit of mastery demands the willingness to embrace failure, often, and without judgment.
Air.
Excellent. Your ability to adapt is becoming your greatest weapon. I'd like to tell you a story that I think will help you along your path.
I am listening.
Early in my life, before I was a Valkyrie, I was a healer in a small village. My father trained me in the use of herbs and natural remedies. To him, coming from a long line of herbal healers, that was the only true medicine. But visiting the city, I saw healers who used magic. Only magic, to treat their patients. I'd seen it work. And work wonders. I tried to tell my father, but he said mage healing was against his philosophy. A dangerous shortcut that violated tradition. Being a good daughter, I respected his convictions. But that all changed when he took ill. That's a good place to stop for now. When you're further along on your journey, I'll share the next part of my story.
Great progress, but always more to be done.
I'm honored to bear witness to your journey here, Kratos.
If Valhalla is offering some help, I'd take it. Wise investment, brother.
You're coming along quite nicely, General. It's a pleasure to see your progress.
Sigrun, dear, as Kratos and I have been off the beaten path, so to speak, I'm curious as to the state of the realms.
Well, since my sisters and I returned to our old Valkyrie duties, the souls of the damned no longer find the gates of Helheim closed to them. So...
No more Hellwalkers spilling into the other realms? Grand!
I can't say no Hellwalkers are left in the realms, but there are fewer. Brassvelger seemed pleased. Or at least I think that's what her expression meant.
Ah, the key again.
We will talk later. lack discipline and your low opinion of yourself.
Look, brother, I don't apologize for wanting her to have someone who can be everything to her. She deserves the best.
Then why should she not deserve the smartest man alive?
Sometimes I think you've come too far, brother.
Did I overstep?
No, Kratos. I appreciate your point. And to be fair, if I was so right, then why am I so angry at myself?
Because you know, Mimir, you fucked up bad.
Curious what you'll pick this time. This one wants a price from you, brother.
Right side, brother!
Prove your resilience and be rewarded.
That'll do it, brother!
still can't bear the thought of self to save us. Or having damaged her connection to Valhalla, which she'd doubtless say was worse.
Will there be consequences beyond her injuries?
I don't suppose I can be sure of that either way. But I'm certainly going to begin worrying about it now. Thank you kindly.
Goodbye, Frosted Brother. Stay alert.
Watch your right!
You certainly earned that little edge.
Watch your right!
Raider, left flank! I knew you'd get that one. Always nice when a curse becomes a blessing. Right then, time to ascend to the next area, if you're ready. Shield strike!
Brother, you've told me many times of mortals you killed when in the god's service. What is it about this boat captain?
It would have cost me nothing to show him mercy. His life was in my hands. To be so casually cruel, This man did nothing to me, and I treated his life as nothing. He was not a god who had manipulated me nor bound me in service. I cannot hide behind my thirst for revenge. He was just a man afraid for his life, attacked and swallowed by a monster he had no hope of defeating. But the Hydra was just an animal. I showed him what a true monster looked like.
Again, he has a point. And as I was saying, you know, back then, it would never have bothered him because, you know, he was a path of vengeance. But now, because he's on a path of peace, you know, now looking at it now, it was obviously a terrible thing he did. So I can honestly see his point now.
Let's see. Specific feats that Valhalla is prepared to reward, is it?
We meet once more, Ghost of Sparta! Ah, getting a choice regarding your fate must be nice. Wraiths! Oh, you've missed these slippery bastards, haven't you? Watch from underneath! He's in the ground! Watch from underneath! Untether yourself, man! A Minotaur. Now we'll see who's half a man. You're enjoying this, aren't you? It's charging at us! Wrong weapon, man!
Valhalla is a place of constant flux. Adaptability gives us a means to navigate the uncertainty.
Suppose that was beneficial enough to do another.
Well done, sir.
Gunnar,
A gift. To become a more total warrior. Imagine it. Ready for a little more of my life story?
you may speak.
I was in the fight of my life with the thugs who burned down my father's inn. Suddenly there's this sound, this flapping of feathers, and who should appear but Sigrun herself. Not yet queen, but by reputation, the best fighter the Valkyries had in memory. I was awestruck. She was confused. The violence, the mayhem she sensed, she expected to follow to a battlefield full of honored dead, not a hideout in the slums. I apologized to her for not sending worthier souls to Valhalla, and Sigrun offered to take me under her very impressive wing. But we'll cover that part next time, all right?
No shame in making things a wee bit easier if you can.
It is all too common to fall to one of the chosen enemies of Valhalla. Don't lose heart.
Milady, how is Alfheim these days? Does the peace hold?
It's tenuous, but holding. Endless war tends to breed quite a bit of mistrust. Thankfully, the elves, Bela and Bigvir, are in positions of influence due to their association with Freyr and involvement in Ragnarok. It's the best chance at lasting peace the realm has ever had.
What about the findings in the Consul's journal? Have they shared it with the rest of the elves?
Not yet, but give them time.
Right side, brother! Right side! On your right!
No. No. Oh no, no, no. Oh, the flute. Oh no. They're doing a lot of Chains of Olympus references right here. Oh no. The flute belonged to Calliope. In case, again, for those who have not played or seen Chains of Olympus videos. Oh no. Of course Valhalla would have to bring her up. Out of all the people to bring up from his past, it had to be his daughter. Oh man. Oh, this is gonna be bad.
A flute? Oh, will you play a song, brother?
It was my daughter's. But I will tell you of it later.
I mean, I kind of figured that maybe Valhalla would mention something about his daughter, but... Oh... this kind of feels like, you know, watching the live action version of The Last of Us, because, you know, playing the game in 2013 when it first came out, you obviously know how everything is going to turn out, but then obviously, you know, in the TV version, you know, they were always going to change some stuff and not make it exactly how it was in the video game. But the one thing you know they were never going to change is how Joel's daughter dies. Watching it first time in the video game version was one thing, but then seeing it live action again was a totally different feeling for me. And now this, from watching the OG games and seeing Calliope in like 2-3 different God of War games, and now years later now, rebooted God of War series, and here we are again, talking about Calliope. Oh man.
Greetings, friends. Any questions before you get started?
I was wondering, actually, did Odin ever try his hand at Valhalla?
Of course. He explored it very thoroughly, in seeking to gain control of the Valkyries. But in the end, he found nothing here he could use. You see, Odin always looked outside himself for answers. But Valhalla only reveals its secrets to those who do the work of looking within.
I see you were thinking of taking on a burden. Right side! Incoming! Above you!
Did Valhalla return you to your forest last time?
Aye, brother. And this time I wasn't alone.
Were you attacked?
No, far from it. Apparently my Valhalla isn't the stuff of constant combat at all. The memories of mine it draws on are more interpersonal. To wit, I found myself reliving old times with my former crew of fairy folk. Cobweb, mustard seed, the whole pack of ne'er-do-wells. Such warm greetings for their old ringleader, like nary a day had passed.
Sounds pleasant.
Rather was, to be honest. I remain suspicious, but if this process is doing something for you, I remain open to seeing what it has in mind for me.
Not the tongue! There's the one Valhalla's lost! Right flank! That's the one you needed. The way up should be clear now, whenever you're ready. The flute you found. You said it belonged to your daughter.
I enjoyed playing and was skilled with it. There was a song she would play. One I used to remember every note of. But no longer.
Brother, if you mean to recount the story of the day you were tricked into killing your wife and daughter, you don't have to. You've told that story before. We know how it ends. You needn't relive it. That's not the story her flute brings to mind, is it?
No.
It's not about the night he killed them. It's not about that. It's about from the events from Chains of Olympus. And again, for those who haven't played or seen any videos on it, when you go to the underworld to try and rescue Helios, you're approached by Persephone, and she gives you a choice to either go to the Elysian fields where Kratos can be with his daughter, but if he does that, the world gets destroyed. But if he leaves her, he'll never see her again. And the flute was the last gift he ever gave to her, and he made that flute. So, you know, tough subject to talk about.
On your right! Good hit, brother! Is Valhalla daring you?
Helios has returned. Always looking for an edge. Is this a game? Still a monster, I see. It's in the ground! Incoming dive! It's charging at us! Sever the link already! Why are you using that weapon? Are you confused? You win this round, Kratos. Don't worry, Kratos. None of these foes are real, though they do feel pain. Thought you'd want to know. Behind you, incoming! On your right! I suppose Valhalla's impressed with that kill. Not hurry. You two like your fights tougher after all.
Ooh, the boats. Ooh, this looks cool.
Ah, maximum challenge, maximum
Are we
reward.
in the Aegean Sea or in the deserts?
Scared are you, Kratos? Disrupted, you halfwit! You seem drained, Kratos. Getting siphoned, right flank. Under orders. Valhalla? Seems superfluous, but alright. Incoming back here! Lines behind you! Incoming dive! That's it. You've opened a way forward with your blood-soaked and savage ways. Don't you wish you could have broken the mast and skewered all their heads with it? winged creature with a trident? Don't let him fall! Watch your left! The target Valhalla's mark. It's charging at us. Oh, this, I want to say, troglodyte? Break the tether, quickly! Oh, not the song attack! I got you, bastard! Okay, you've killed everything.
Let's maybe make one more restart to the shore, shall we?
Valhalla's compliments, General.
There.
Good. Mastery comes when passion and purpose are in harmony, no? I'll tell you more of my story now, if you care to hear it.
I will hear.
If you remember, my father had fallen ill. It was bad. An illness unknown to us. I offered to fetch the mage healer from the city, but my father refused. He insisted herbs were the only way to help him. You can guess what happened next. He was gone before the spring. I was devastated. In time, I grew to hate my father's philosophy and dedicated myself to healing through magic. It was a blind rejection of an entire field, because I believed it failed my father, because I blamed his death on his faith. The truth is, I traded one limiting perspective for another, but I wasn't ready to see that yet. That's a good place to stop for now.
And the wheel of progress turns.
You're back here, and yet you're further along.
Shield Maiden.
Take this. I see you refuse to settle for the ordinary general. Shall I continue my story?
Go on.
Sigrun, mightiest of the Valkyries, saw me in action and thought I had potential. Wanted to train me in the ways of the sisterhood. But I wasn't so sure. A knack for violence is one thing, but serving a higher cause, taking on the responsibility of choosing the slain, me, Gunnar of Blackheart Alley? For once, I hesitated. I couldn't make myself believe it. But Sigrun told me to put everything out of my mind and put the work. Mastering each new skill. Discovering what I was truly capable of through discipline and focus. Letting excellence be its own reward really opened my eyes. But we'll wrap it up next time, okay?
Who wouldn't want to buy a slightly more hospitable environment? That'll be worth it.
It is all too common to fall to one of the chosen enemies of Valhalla. Don't lose heart.
Sigrun, been wondering, are the remaining Vanir and Aesir playing nice in Vanaheim?
The Asgardian relocation hasn't exactly been smooth sailing. But Hildisvini and Lady Sif are keeping the ship headed in the right direction. The people seem to understand compromise is their best path to prosperity, at least.
Truth be told, I was hoping the old boar would have to call on me to smooth things over. But it's good to hear he and Sif have it under control.
Freya hopes they'll join the council once the peace settles.
Well, after doing so many challenges and talking about Calliope, I think we're going to stop here. We'll be back with this again another time. And as always, leave a like and comments.